Good afternoon to all. In yesterday's class already I started wideband frequency modulation. So again from the starting of the topic I will again tell you. Put aside heading wideband frequency modulation. Here we observe the signal of wideband frequency modulation. Already in previous class we observed the signal for narrowband frequency modulation. Finally it is resembles as AM. So that is like AM, the narrowband frequency modulation also have three components, that is carrier frequency, upper sideband and lower sideband. Now in this class you observe the wideband frequency modulation signal. Already you know the basic equation of frequency modulation, that is for single tone frequency modulation. Already we have this equation. So take that signal as of t. So note down carefully every step. It is very important topic, wideband frequency modulation. Narrowband and wideband is very important. So as of t equal to AC cos omega ct plus beta sin omega mt. Already we know. So beta is a modulation index. Beta is a modulation index. Here let us assume that the carrier frequency omega c is very much high compared to bandwidth of FM signal. If we rewrite the above expression, S of t is considered as real part of AC into e power j omega ct plus beta sin omega mt. Already we have the signal like S of t equal to AC cos omega ct plus beta sin omega mt. So if we rewrite the equation S of t, real part of AC into e power in terms of e powers, if we write in terms of e powers, it becomes AC into e power j into omega ct plus beta sin omega mt. We multiply j into inside, it becomes real part of AC into e power j omega ct plus j beta sin omega mt. So e power a plus b, it is e power a into e power b. So therefore you can split into two terms, that is e power j omega ct into e power j beta sin omega mt. AC into e power j omega ct into e power j beta sin omega mt. Now, so sin omega mt is a 90 degrees phase shift signal. 90 degrees phase shift signal. Always we take the message signal as cos omega mt, Vm cos omega mt. So here we have a 90 degrees phase shift, then it becomes a sin omega mt, and that signal is considered as complex envelope. So therefore AC into e power j beta sin omega mt is considered as complex envelope of S of t. So therefore in the place of AC into e power j beta sin omega mt, you substitute complex envelope of S of t. Listen carefully. AC into e power j beta sin omega mt is considered as complex envelope of our original message signal. So therefore it becomes complex envelope of s of t into e power j omega ct into e power j omega ct. After that, you note down where s of t, complex envelope of s of t is equal to AC into e power j beta sin omega mt. J beta sin omega mt. Which is the complex envelope of the signal e power j omega ct. Which is the complex envelope of the signal e power j omega ct. It is also a periodic function. Already you know modulating signal is a periodic signal. Modulating signal is a periodic signal. So the complex envelope is also a periodic signal. Periodic signal with the fundamental frequency equal to modulating frequency omega m. So this complex envelope signal is also a periodic signal whose fundamental frequency is equal to modulating signal frequency, which is omega m. Which is omega m. Since it is a periodic signal, if we take a Fourier series for that signal, if we take a Fourier series for that signal, it becomes, since it is a Fourier periodic signal, if we take a Fourier series, complex envelope of s of t can be written as sigma n equal to minus infinite to infinite Cn e power jn omega mt. If we take a Fourier series, then it becomes complex envelope of signal s of t becomes sigma n equal to minus infinite to infinite Cn e power jn omega mt. E power jn omega mt. Already you know Fourier series, where Cn equal to 1 by t. Already I told you signal, this signal frequency is same as the modulating signal frequency. Therefore, in place of t, you just substitute 1 by fm. 1 by fm. So at the below part, you write t equal to 1 by fm. 1 by fm. And that periodic signal have the limits of minus half fm to plus half fm. Minus half fm to plus half fm. So complex envelope of s of t into e power minus jn omega m t dt. So this is the value of Cn. This is the value of Cn. So here 1 by fm, it becomes fm. It becomes fm. Here first we take the Cn value. Here we take the Cn value. What is complex envelope of signal s of t? It is sigma n equal to minus infinite to infinite Cn into e power jn omega mt. Here we take the Cn value where Cn equal to 1 by t, which is nothing but it have the same frequency, which is the modulating signal frequency. Therefore, it becomes 1 by fm. So 1 by fm, it becomes fm. It becomes fm. So the limits are considered, since it is a periodic signal, we take the limits as minus half fm to plus half fm. Into complex envelope of s of t into e power minus jn omega mt dt. Here first we calculate this Cn value. Cn value. In the next step, you just substitute complex envelope of S of t. Already we know the complex envelope of S of t. What is that value? AC into e power j beta sine omega mt. Take this as equation number 1. Take this as equation number 1. Now you just substitute complex envelope of S of t. Take this as equation number 2. Take Cn as equation number 2. Substitute 1 into. Substitute 1 into. So what is S of t complex value? AC into e power j beta sine omega mt. AC into e power j beta sine omega mt. Just you substitute that value. Already I told you 1 by 1 by Fm becomes Fm and the limits are same, minus half Fm2 plus half Fm. Just you substitute complex envelope of the signal, which is AC into e power j beta sine omega mt into, again you rewrite the parameter is as it is, e power minus jn omega mt into dt. Since AC is a constant, we take outside, that is Fm into AC, Fm into AC minus half Fm2 plus half Fm, minus half Fm2 plus half Fm. You write as it is, e power j beta sine omega mt minus jn omega mt dt. Every time it is difficult to write all these parameters, so therefore put x equal to omega mt. Put x equal to omega mt. Put x equal to omega mt. Now here to calculate the dt value, take the derivation, differentiate on both sides, differentiate on both sides, then dx by dt becomes omega m. Omega m. From that you calculate dt value. Dt value, dt is nothing but dx by omega m. Dx by omega m. So which is nothing but 2 pi fm. Dx by 2 pi fm. Dx by 2 pi fm. Now in place of dt you substitute dx by 2 pi fm, and in place of omega mt you substitute x. You substitute x. Now to calculate limits. Since x equal to omega mt, so for lower limit it becomes omega m into minus half fm, right at that side for limits. Omega m into, since omega m into t, so therefore omega m into minus half fm. So therefore it becomes minus pi. Similarly for upper limit it becomes omega m into plus half fm. So therefore it becomes pi. It becomes pi. Now you rewrite the equation number 3. Put this as equation number 3. Now you rewrite the equation number 3 by substituting all these parameters, that is omega mt is considered as x and dt equal to dx by 2 pi fm, and change the limits as minus pi to pi. Then it becomes fm ac into integral of minus pi to pi e power j beta sine, what is omega mt? Omega mt is x. So therefore it becomes e power j beta sine x. Sine x minus jn into again omega mt, it becomes x. So therefore minus jn into x. So in place of dt you substitute dx by 2 pi fm. Dx by 2 pi fm. Since 1 by 2 pi fm is a constant, you take outside, outside, then fm cancel, fm cancel, it becomes ac by 2 pi. AC by 2 pi, integral of minus pi to pi. Write the same as it is. E power j into beta sin x minus jnx dx. I think up to this equation, you understand. If there is any doubt, you ask me. Now, take this as equation number 4. Take this as equation number 4. Now, without AC, this AC is considered as a scaling factor. Without AC, that is 1 by 2 pi integral of minus pi to pi e power j into beta sin x minus jnx into dx. It is same as nth order Bessel function. It is same as nth order Bessel function. I think this function is came in SS. I think already studied in SS. Bessel function with argument of beta. With argument of beta. So what is the Bessel function? Bessel function is denoted with Jn. Here the argument is considered as beta, therefore it becomes Jn of beta equal to 1 by 2 pi integral of minus pi to pi e power j into beta sin x minus nx into dx. This is a Bessel function. This is a Bessel function. Now, what is Cn? Cn equal to AC into, you just substitute Bessel function, that is Jn into beta. Jn into beta. Now this is the value for Cn. Value for Cn. Now take this as equation number 5. Take this as equation number 5. But what is complex signal? Complex envelope of S of t. I think for this you have one equation number, this one. Here we have only Cn value. We calculate Cn value. Now that Cn value is substituted in complex envelope of S of t. Complex envelope of S of t. Therefore, I think this is equation number 2. According to your equation numbers, you put that equation numbers. Now substitute Cn value in complex envelope of S of t. Complex envelope of S of t. It becomes sigma n equal to minus infinite to infinite. Here it is minus. Sigma n equal to minus infinite to infinite. What is Cn value? Cn value is AC into Jn beta. AC into Jn beta. What is Jn beta? Jn beta is a nth order Bessel function which have the argument of beta. So just you substitute Cn value. Therefore it becomes AC into Jn beta into e power Jn omega mt. E power Jn omega mt. Now what is our aim? Our aim is calculation of original signal, that is wideband frequency modulated signal. Already you wrote the top S of t. Here you have equation number 1. What is equation number 1? Equation number 1 is S of t equal to real part of complex envelope of S of t into e power j omega ct. I think you put this as equation number 1. Now at this place S cap of t, that is S envelope of t, you substitute value. Then you got S of t. Then you got S of t. At the first step, you take complex envelope. So after finding complex envelope, we just substitute that complex envelope of S of t in original signal. Original signal. Now take this as equation number 6. Substitute 6 in 1. Substitute 6 in 1. What is 1? S of t equal to real part of complex envelope of S of t into e power j omega ct. Now in place of complex envelope of S of t, you just substitute the value, that is sigma n equal to minus infinite to infinite AC into Jn beta into e power Jn omega mt into, already we have e power j omega ct. E power j omega ct. Since AC is a constant, I take outside. So therefore it becomes AC into real part of sigma n equal to minus infinite to infinite Bessel function into e power from these two terms, write as a common term, that is j into omega c plus n omega m into t. J into omega c plus n omega m into t. So after taking only the real part, then the signal becomes. But to calculate signal, always we consider the real part. That is, there is no imaginary part in signals. So therefore, you consider the real part. So therefore, the above signal becomes S of t equal to AC into sigma n equal to minus infinite to infinite Jn beta into cos omega c plus n omega m into t. Cos omega c plus n omega m into t. Again we convert it into back, e power j. It is converted again into back, that is cos omega c plus n omega m into t. So it is a standard form of wideband frequency modulation expression. The above signal is a wideband frequency modulation, and we represent with V suffix WBFM. V suffix WBFM into T. Wideband signal. Again, I will repeat this derivation. Just I take a single tone frequency modulated signal, that is S of t equal to AC cos omega ct plus beta sin omega mt. Here the carrier frequency is considered, that is omega c is very much high compared to bandwidth of FM signal. If we rewrite the above expression, then it becomes S of t equal to real part of AC into e power j omega ct plus beta sin omega mt. Here we considered AC into e power j beta sin omega mt is a complex envelope since it is a sine. So it have a 90 degrees phase shift of original message signal. So therefore it is considered as complex envelope, S cap of S envelope of t. So S envelope of t equal to AC into e power j beta sin omega mt. Since it is also a periodic, which have the fundamental frequency is equal to modulating signal frequency omega m. So therefore here we take the Fourier series. Here we take the Fourier series, then it becomes sigma n equal to minus infinite to infinite Cn into e power jn omega mt. First of all, you calculate the Cn value. After got Cn value, you substitute in S envelope of t. After calculating S envelope of t, you substitute in S of t. You substitute in S of t. So already you know where Cn equal to, according to Fourier series, Cn equal to 1 by t into integral of minus half fm2. Here, since it is we considered in terms of modulating signal frequency, therefore t is considered as 1 by fm. We take the limits as minus half fm2 plus half fm, envelope of S of t into e power minus jn omega mt dt. After substituting as envelope of S of t, and if we simplify the equation by taking x as omega mt, and after changing the limits, it becomes Cn becomes like this. Cn becomes like this. So it is same as Bessel function, which have the argument of beta. Nth order Bessel function, which have the argument of beta with a scaling factor of AC. With a scaling factor of AC. So therefore, in place of 1 by 2 pi into integral of minus pi to pi e power j into beta sin x minus jnx dx, we substitute jn beta. Jn beta. So therefore our Cn becomes AC into Jn beta. AC into Jn beta. After got Cn value, is substitute in envelope of S of t. Envelope of S of t. Therefore it becomes sigma n equal to minus infinite to infinite AC into Jn beta into e power jn omega mt. So after finding envelope of S of t, you just substitute in S of t to got a wideband frequency modulation equation. Just you substitute complex envelope of S of t in original S of t. So already according to equation number 1, we know S of t equal to real part of complex envelope of S of t into e power j omega ct. So therefore you substitute complex envelope of S of t, we got this equation. By taking the real part, we have the final expression as AC into n equal to minus infinite to infinite jn beta cos omega c plus n omega m into t. So it is a standard form of wideband frequency modulation. If we take a Fourier series, representation, then it becomes S of t becomes S of omega, and the amplitude AC becomes AC by 2. AC becomes AC by 2. If you take a Fourier transform, now the above signal becomes, why we take Fourier transform? If we want to represent in spectrum, for signal S of t, we take a frequency domain. So to convert into frequency domain, first we take the Fourier transform. So therefore the above signal automatically, by taking Fourier transform, the S of t becomes S of omega, and the amplitude becomes half. Therefore AC by 2, sigma n equal to minus infinite to infinite jn beta into for this cos term, here we have omega c plus n omega m, n omega m. So therefore it is a shifts as, we have two bands. By taking the Fourier transform, it is a shift into two parts. That is according to frequency shifting theorem. It becomes omega c plus omega c plus n omega m, and another frequency term is omega minus omega c minus n omega m. That is upper sideband and lower sideband. Upper sideband and lower sideband. Whenever we take Fourier transform according to frequency shifting theorem, it is shifts into two terms, that is omega plus and omega minus. What is our original frequency? Omega c plus and omega m. Omega c plus and omega m. So therefore, it shifts into two terms, that is omega plus is one term, omega minus is another term. So this graph shows the Bessel function, nth order Bessel function. This graph shows the nth order Bessel function for different values of beta. Sorry, for different values of n. For different values of n. This is a standard form of Bessel function graph. You search in net Bessel function graphs. For different values of n, we have these periodic signals. Periodic signals. Always here the beta value. Always here the beta value is considered as less than 1. Less than 1. So therefore, graphically we represent as 0, 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8 and 1. And negative values as it is minus 0.2, minus 0.4, minus 0.6, minus 0.8 and minus 1. Minus 1. So here n value changes, that is n equal to 0, it starts from higher value. For n equal to 1, its amplitude is reduced according to Bessel function properties. According to Bessel function properties, the amplitude is decreases by increasing the value of n. By increasing the value of n. So here for J2, again the amplitude is decreases. The amplitude is decreases. And J equal to 3, J equal to 4, J equal to 5, up to so on. By increasing of n value, here the amplitude is decreases. That is the Bessel function. So this is the Bessel function graph. Now if you take the properties of Bessel function, note down the properties of Bessel function. According to these properties, again we rewrite the above signal. Again we rewrite the above signal. So for that you take అంటే ఇక్కడ మీరేంటి జేఎన్ బీటా అనేది బెసెల్ ఫంక్షన్ కింద కన్సిడర్ చేస్తున్నాము. కానీ అకార్డింగ్ టు ప్రాపర్టీస్ ఆఫ్ బెసెల్ ఫంక్షన్ హౌ వి రైట్ ఎస్ ఆఫ్ టీ అనేది అగైన్ ఇక్కడ మీరు అబ్జర్వ్ చేస్తున్నారు. సో ఫర్ దట్ ఫస్ట్ యూ నో ప్రాపర్టీస్ ఆఫ్ బెసెల్ ఫంక్షన్. ప్రాపర్టీస్ ఆఫ్ బెసెల్ ఫంక్షన్. For n is even values, for n is even values, jn beta becomes j minus n beta, j minus n beta, j minus n beta. So note down the properties of Bessel function. After knowing properties of Bessel function, again we change the signal. Again we change the signal. For n is even value, it becomes j minus n beta. For n is odd value, it becomes minus of j minus n beta. Minus of j minus n beta. Totally for all values of n, we can consider the Bessel function as minus 1 to the power n, minus 1 to the power n into j into minus n beta. J into minus n beta. Now, if you observe the values, for small values of beta, we have J naught beta equal to 1. That is, for n equal to 0, we have maximum value as 1. If n increases, the value becomes decreases. For n is greater than or equal to 2, it becomes 0. For n is greater than or equal to 2, it becomes 0. So observe these values. According to these values, we rewrite the signal. We rewrite the wideband frequency modulated signal. Because in our above expression, S of t considered as a Bessel function. So therefore, if we want to rewrite, we know the properties of Bessel function and values of beta. And what is the value of Bessel function for particular values of beta? So therefore, for n equal to 0, it can be considered as 1. If we increase the nth value, automatically it becomes decreases. And for n is equal to greater than or equal to 2, for any value it is considered as 0. For any value it is considered as 0. And we have another property, that is sigma n equal to minus infinite to infinite, Jn square beta becomes 1. Jn square beta becomes 1. So these are the properties of Bessel function. These are the properties of Bessel function. Already you know wideband frequency modulation, beta value is very high. What is the difference between narrowband and wideband? The modulation index beta is less in case of narrowband frequency modulation. But whereas in case of wideband frequency modulation, the beta value is high. Beta value is high. Now, again you take the final expression, that is this one, S of t. I think you have one number for this equation. I think it is 7. It is 7. Now take equation number 7. Take equation number 7. So what is that? AC into sigma n equal to minus infinite to infinite j n beta into cos omega c plus n omega m into t. Now expand this expression, that is take n equal to 0, n equal to 1, n equal to 2, so on. N equal to 0, n equal to 1, n equal to 2, so on. So therefore AC into, it becomes AC into, first you take n is 0. N is 0. So for that we have cos omega c plus 0 into t. So total it becomes cos omega ct j0 beta. So j0 beta into cos omega ct, that is first term, that is for n equal to 0. Observe carefully. N equal to 0, the first term becomes j0 beta into cos omega ct. Now putting n is substitute n is 1. Substitute n is 1. Therefore it becomes j1 beta. J1 beta into cos omega c plus omega m into t. This is second term. Second term. Plus take n as minus 1. If you observe here, n lies between minus infinite to infinite. So therefore you also substitute n as minus 1. N as minus 1. So therefore it becomes j minus 1 beta, j minus 1 beta, cos omega c, cos omega c. In place of n you substitute minus 1. So therefore it becomes minus omega m into t. Minus omega m into t. Plus you take n as 2. You take n as 2. Therefore it becomes j2 beta, j2 beta cos omega c plus 2 omega m into t. 2 omega m into t. Plus plus, again you take n as minus 2, n as minus 2. So therefore you have j minus 2 into beta cos omega c minus cos omega c minus, here you have 2 omega m, not omega m, 2 omega m, 2 omega m into t, plus so on, plus so on. That is for n is having the values of minus infinite to infinite. Here we have different terms. Here we have different terms. For n equal to 1, here we have omega c plus omega m, omega c minus omega m. For n equal to 2, here we have omega c plus 2 omega m, omega c minus 2 omega m. Similarly, for n equal to 3, it becomes omega c plus 3 omega m, and again omega c minus 3 omega m. So for every n value, here we have one upper side band and one lower side band. So totally here the side bands appeared is infinite. The most important point is here the side bands appeared in wideband frequency modulation is infinite. So whenever the sideband becomes infinite, automatically the bandwidth also becomes infinite. Bandwidth also becomes infinite. Now, according to the properties of Bessel function, already we have J1 beta equal to, already according to property 1, I told you for odd values of Jn beta and for even values of Jn beta, already I told. For odd values of beta, it becomes minus of j into minus 1 beta, and for even values, it becomes j into minus 2 into beta. So according to that property, if we rewrite the above expression, it becomes j naught beta cos omega ct plus j1 beta into cos omega c plus omega m into t. Now, if j minus 1 beta is equal to minus of j1 beta, if according to this equation, j1 beta equal to minus j minus 1 beta, then automatically j minus 1 beta becomes minus of j1 into beta, minus j1 beta. So therefore, in place of j minus 1, if you convert into j1 beta, then it becomes minus of j1 beta. See this parameter, j minus 1 beta. In place of j minus 1 beta, you just substitute minus of j1 beta according to property 1. So therefore it becomes minus, here minus. So therefore minus of j1 beta cos omega c minus omega m into t, cos omega c minus omega m into t. Similarly, for even numbers, there is no sign change. According to property 1, for even number of n value, there is no sign change. So therefore, automatically for j minus 2 also, you consider plus directly j2 beta. So therefore, AC j2 beta into cos omega c plus 2 omega m is one word. So for this word, that is for n equal to minus 2 value, according to this property, you directly consider as j2 beta into cos omega c plus 2 omega m into t. Here you take 2 omega m. So this is mistake here, 2 omega m. Now, if you multiply AC into inside, so AC into j naught beta cos omega ct plus AC into J1 beta. If you common J1 beta from these two terms, AC into J1 beta, we have cos omega C plus omega m is another one term, and cos omega C minus omega m is another term. Cos omega C minus omega m is another term. Again, from these two terms, you common AC J2 beta. Again, it becomes cos omega C plus 2 omega m and cos omega C minus 2 omega m. Minus 2 omega m. Similarly, if you substitute n equal to 3, then the sidebands becomes omega C plus 3 omega m and omega C minus 3 omega m. So for n different values, we have different sidebands. Different sidebands with the different amplitudes. If you observe here, for every sideband, the value mainly becomes a Bessel function. The value mainly becomes Bessel function, that is J1 beta. And for second here, you have J2 beta. If you take third term, it becomes J3 beta. So if we draw the spectrum for this, so in next class, I will again tell you the spectrum. Just you observe here, the middle frequency as omega C, upper sideband as omega C plus omega m, which have the amplitude of AC J1 beta by 2. Similarly, another sideband. What is another upper sideband? AC J2 beta by 2. And what is another sideband? A3 J3 beta by 2. It have infinite terms. So since n value lies between in minus infinite to infinite. So therefore, we have infinite spectrum in wideband frequency modulation. So that the bandwidth is also infinite. So again, in next class, I will tell you the spectrum of wideband frequency modulation. Just you practice up to this analysis. So this is the final expression for wideband frequency modulation in terms of Bessel function. If you take a single tone frequency modulation, that is here the message signal is a single message signal.